I've been walking along the trails today in Pacific Spirit Park, and it was a beautiful day. I couldn't believe it. I looked out the window this morning and I didn't know what the weather was going to be like, whether it was going to pour with rain like it did 2 days ago, or whether it was going to be hot and sunny like it was yesterday. Today, it was sort of just a very nondescript day, really. Very little wind. It wasn't cold. It wasn't too hot. It was just sort of a gray sky. But you never know about the weather, so I brought myself my raincoat, and I also, in case it gets sunny, brought myself some sunglasses and a sun hat. And of course, you don't want to have a sunny day without flip-flops. But we don't need any of those things, and it doesn't even look like rain. And so I'm going to put these things away, and I don't know about you, but often I look outside and I wonder what the weather is going to be like. But have you ever thought about the animals and the birds that live here in the park? What do they do for weather? They don't have rain jackets like we do. They don't have umbrellas like we have umbrellas. And so how do they deal with the weather from day to day? Well, they're pretty used to most of the weather, but when there's a serious weather change like climate change, for example, in the Arctic, what do the polar bears do when the icebergs start to melt? Interesting question. You know, a few months ago, we had the Winter Olympics here in Vancouver. And Winter Olympics means snow, doesn't it? Well, we didn't have snow. We had balmy, warm, sunny weather in Vancouver, and we actually had to bring snow down from the very tops of the mountain to our local ski areas so that we could have our Winter Olympics here in Vancouver. Craziness! But we're humans, and we know how to deal with weather. What about the animals? What about all the little birds? What about the insects? How do they deal with changes in the weather that they don't understand? Anyway, along the trails, right along over here, there are lots and lots of stories. And some of those stories will tell you a little more about how animals behave and how their climate changes will affect them in their lives.